if you had a magic wand and you wanted one thing changed about the super industry, what would that be?
I'd like the discussion to stop about how we can access it before we're at retirement, because it keeps coming up with everything. Or should young people access it to buy houses and to do these and the other, to get their teeth replaced, to get a boob job, all that sort of stuff. So I'd like that conversation to stop.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to echo a little bit stamping down as well too. I think every asset inside a superannuation fund should have an income portion to it.
Interesting.
So
I'll buy it.
Yeah, so you must be buying an asset
My
that
super
has
fund's
the
got Bitcoin, baby.
that the intention to have an income producing asset.
I'm going to push back on that, because what if I want to buy equities in a high growth portfolio
True,
with no
that don't have-
dividends?
Yeah.
No. I get that. I'm saying that superannuation we're talking about a society perspective,
Yeah.
needs to be an income producing asset, because it's supposed to fund the person's retirement to get social security benefits reduced. It's
But I
not
can
because
sell
what
off my equities to live off.
I'm just saying if there was one, because I actually like superannuation, but she beat me on that one. Just like I wanted to add another little
All
one.
right. What's your...
Look, my magic wand wish has already come true, because I really advocate for better early childhood education and care and paid parental leave. And I really wanted to see super being paid on paid parental leave, and that has been executed. So that is a great start.
Your job is done.
What about, we all didn't talk about, what's your thoughts about contribution caps? Do you think it's right for us to cap what people want to put in their retirement funds?
I think in the whole scheme of things, they're actually probably quite low. Like if you're talking like concessional contributions, I guess that's why they've introduced the catch-up contributions. But if you're a high income earner and you can only put in $30,000 a year, from a tax perspective, you're capping out pretty quick.
Well, given that they're now taxing high balances, or they will be, like from 3 to 10 million at 40%, 30%, and then over 10 million, 40%, is there an argument remove caps?
That's what I'm getting at.
But we've got to be realistic as well. Australia has like over $4 trillion. So we're the fourth biggest retirement asset pool in the world, and we're not the biggest country in the world. Like there is a lot of money in super. So yeah, I don't know. And relative to other countries, like you look at the US, for example, their caps for like concessions are like 15 grand, 10 grand. Like it's not a lot. So I actually do think we've got a very generous system, and I'll probably always die on the hill that I would still rather pay 15 or 30% in super than 49 outside. Call me old fashioned, but less is less when it comes to paying tax.
Yeah, I agree. I just think that maybe now with the new provisions that have come in, like you said, I think the next wave is maybe reconsidering these caps. I'm more thinking about the people that maybe haven't done it. They're maybe at 600,000. They're over the 500,000 threshold. Maybe they go, hey, they've had an aha moment and they do want to. You are left behind in that 8 ball.
I'm going to finish on, I'm disappointed with the three of you.
Were we not controversial enough?
Not controversial enough. You didn't fight me enough. You didn't ask me what my magic wand would be.
Go on. What's your magic wand?
Glenn, what's your magic wand?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. We're sending this to the Treasurer's office. APRA, if you're listening. Treasurer, if you're listening. We need to standardize super fund investment option labeling. So if I'm in a balanced fund, I know that every single balanced fund in Australia has 50% growth, 50% defensive. I would call that balanced because it balances. But if I'm in a growth fund, it must have 75 to 85% growth.
With a 5% tolerance either way.
Either way, like, yep. If I'm in a high growth fund, it means over 90%.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up, go home. Like, we need to standardize this stuff, because when we're comparing funds, you can't actually go, well, that growth fund did this, that growth fund did that. You have a look at all these super funds. There's one that's like a high growth option. It's got a 12-year minimum hold time, Another high growth has an 8-year minimum hold time. It's like, what the hell's happening in that fund for 12-year minimum? Like, you got me revved up on this because it's such a pain in the ass to compare funds if the naming conventions isn't standardized. Hey, it's Glenn here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. You made it to the end. Can I ask a favor? Can you hit that like button and maybe hit subscribe if you want to get notified when we release further videos just like this one, whether you watch the Money podcast or Retire Right. And remember, if you want to learn more about investing, I've got an investing book, The Quick Start Guide to Investing, and there's a link in the description to get your hands on a copy. Thank you so much. Bye.